Hello, and thank you again for joining us on the ESM Late Night Show. I have an exciting episode for y'all tonight. As most of you know, next week is Senior Week. That's right. And so, actually just starting today and going all the way till Saturday, we are honoring our seniors all week. So as such, I have a special treat for you, audience. I have two real live seniors to interview today, right? This is where the clapping is. Yeah, amazing. Okay. So, without any further ado, please give a warm welcome to our two guests, Ethan and Marissa. Come on down. Yeah.
I'm not touching you.
Air 5. Air 5. I know. I really was going to go for it. All right. The audience, they keep clapping. Oh, amazing. So, Ethan and Marissa.
Hi.
How are y'all doing?
Good.
So, both seniors, class of 2020, correct? Yes?
That's correct.
So, I want to talk to you a little bit about what it's like being a senior in all this, what maybe some experience you've had during quarantine. Marissa, let's start with you, because I know your situation's a little bit different. Tell us about when you graduated.
I graduated in 2019.
Right.
Which was in June, July.
Right.
I think.
Marissa's super smart, everyone knows. So, but you were going to walk in May, right?
Yes, I was going to walk this May with class of 2020, but
what
due
happened?
to these circumstances, I won't be. So we'll just be getting a diploma through mail, which kind of sucks.
Diploma through mail.
Yeah, that doesn't even sound right.
No, it doesn't at all. The graduation. Falan, no likey.
Yeah.
So no walking. They're not going to put it off later in the summer?
Originally, we were going to postpone to July.
Okay.
But since I guess everything's opening up earlier than what it was supposed to be, I guess people are still kind of concerned with health and stuff, issues.
Yeah, understand.
So they said that we're just going to get our diploma through mail.
Well, that's awful.
Yeah.
Ethan, tell us about your school. What are they doing? Are they going to walk?
They are scheming. Okay.
Scheming? They're schemers.
No,
what are they doing?
They just keep dragging it out. Eventually it's going to catch up to them. They're not making any plans. And so I've accepted my fate, and I know that I'm not going to walk the stage. Well, I would have, but I'm not going to due to the circumstances. So it's okay.
So usually during this time, parents would be planning graduation parties. Did you already have a graduation party, or are you going to still have one? Okay.
I was planning on having one as well.
Yeah, and then I just canceled?
So my mom,
for now.
Yeah, she wants to have one. I don't.
Okay.
Then she mentioned people would be giving me gifts and
free stuff, sure.
Yeah, there would be free stuff, so I'm all in.
Absolutely. All in. So are you still going to try to do that amidst the quarantine, or just push it off for later in the summer?
Oh, we're still hoping for yes.
You did not answer my question at all.
Yeah, we're going to try to push it for later in the summer.
Later in the summer, so people can still come and visit.
While we're on the topic of pushing things later in the summer,
sure.
I ran into some problems. I recently obtained the rank of Eagle Scout.
Oh.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. Some Boy Scouts in the audience today.
Hey, what's up? Okay, so I'm awaiting my board review conference, which is an official ceremony, right? And then I need my court of honor, which is a recognition ceremony. And so we're hoping to push that later into the summer because that would be nice to have.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, to go through that official process. Otherwise, you'd be robbed of that. Well, so the quarantine has changed a lot of our experiences, and I know a lot of you at home know this. Now, I know one of you has had a birthday already during quarantine, right? Tell us about that, Marissa.
It was my 18th birthday party.
18,
or not
ladies
party.
and gentlemen.
Yeah, so I wasn't invited.
I was also not invited to this party.
I couldn't. I could not. And, quarantine just decided to ruin my 18th.
Just ruin it.
Yeah.
Ruin it.
I was looking forward to it.
So what did you have planned before the quarantine?
I was going to have a small kind of get-together with people from church and people from my family and friends. And just kind of have a dinner and celebrate my 18th birthday, but I couldn't.
Did not do it. So what did you end up doing for your birthday?
I had to celebrate it with my mom and my dad.
Oh, that's special.
That was so fun.
That's special.
So fun.
Okay, all right.
She made me a cake.
She did make you a cake. What kind of cake?
Strawberry.
Strawberry. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. Ethan, tell us about your quarantine experiences. What have you been doing recently to pass the time? I've heard whispers of a new album or something of that sort.
Yes. So I released one new single during quarantine. It's called Steal the Bacon. It's available everywhere. iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube. Google Play.
Sure.
Am I missing anything?
No, that's all of it, man.
Yeah, it's available everywhere.
Spotify?
Get it now. I said Spotify.
Do we have some fans of the famous Queso Blanco in the audience tonight? Look at him. Practically standing with applause. So good. Well, Marissa, how have you been spending your time in quarantine?
I've been sleeping a lot.
Sleeping.
But then again, I haven't been sleeping. I sleep like at 5 in the morning.
Okay. Different sleep.
But then I sleep during the day, you know?
Yeah. So you fall asleep about what time?
I go to sleep like at 4
in the a.m. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then I'll wake up to like 6 in the p.m.
6 in the p.m. So just daylight hours. You're nocturnal now.
I'm nocturnal.
Marissa's a vampire, everybody. Yeah. So that's why she's on the late night show.
Yep.
Ethan, tell us about your sleep schedule.
Yeah, I try to keep a normal sleep schedule.
Do you?
Yeah.
Are you successful with that?
I attempt to go to bed at 11. Usually go to bed at about 2. Wake up at about 7. I plan to wake up at 7. No, I wake up at 11. So but at least it's better than waking up at 6 and going to bed at 4.
That's true. But still, it's hard, right?
It's difficult.
Unless you have a class next morning, it's
which
hard
I do.
to do.
I have classes on...
You still wake up in time for it?
No.
You log on and then you're like, go to sleep.
They understand how important my sleep is.
Okay.
So.
I only have class Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay.
So
must be nice.
College life.
College life. But I still have to wake up like at 7 or 8 on those days.
That's early.
And I have class for like 2 hours long.
2 hours? 2 hours. Well, you do Tuesday, Thursdays. Yeah, that's how it goes. Okay, let me ask you this. So we have a lot of your fellow youth group students out there who are thinking about their summer and just a little anxious about, are they going to get time together? You guys, as seniors, leaders in the youth group, do you have any words of wisdom for them about maybe how they should be feeling about their summer, or maybe about, even now, it's kind of hard to have the motivation to get involved. Everyone's getting zoomed out on Zoom calls, and it's hard to have that drive to meet together. Do you guys have advice for them?
I would say hold on to that feeling that you feel when you're all together and try to apply it to the Zoom meetings, because the Zoom meetings are actually pretty fun. And it's, as close as we're going to get to being together. So.
For
now, until we meet again. Not like in heaven, but hopefully in heaven, but also here on earth later. That's my thought. Marissa, anything else you want to add on to that?
I would agree with Ethan. Definitely join every Zoom meeting you can, and enjoy those moments with your other youth friends. We're not together physically, but we can do that at least and be together that way. I think that's...
Good words. Well, before I let my guests go, I want to talk to them a little bit about the projects they have coming up, i.e., what are your plans for the fall? What do you guys plan to do after graduation last summer with the ESM, your youth group? What's going to happen for you in the fall? What are your plans? Lord willing, of course.
Okay, so I am planning on attending Harding University in the fall. Hopefully that will happen because of quarantine. But I am going to major in information systems management and minor in graphic design.
Harding University, all right.
Sure.
Very exciting. And for you, Marissa? I know you're already taking some college classes, but...
Yeah. I'll be transferring to Texas A&M Commerce this fall, if everything goes well.
Yeah.
And I'll be majoring in business administration and management.
Okay.
Nice.
So not too far. We'll still see you around, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And you'll still be visiting, right?
Yes.
Okay, very good. All right, well, audience, we're so glad that we got to have some seniors on our show. Let's show them some appreciation.
Thank you.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, they love you. And before we let you guys go for sure, I think we might play a game if you guys are up for that.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. All right, so we're going to be playing Two Truths and a Lie with our guests, Marissa and Ethan, and I, as the host, Falan, will be joining in. So I will go ahead and go first. Are you guys ready for this? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to be telling you 3 facts about myself. 2 of them will be untrue. 1 of them will be true. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, number 1. I have my certification as a scuba diver.
It's a lie.
You have to wait till I say all 3. Number 1, I have my certification as a scuba diver. Number 2, I've been hit in the face with a windmill. Number 3, I have my CDL license.
I'm a little slow with CDL.
Do you know what CDL is?
That's not a subject in school.
CDL is a commercial driver's license.
Oh.
That's true.
So like driving like the big church bus and
Please
stuff?
don't cut that out. Please.
Okay.
A blooper.
So which one's the truth? Which one's a lie?
The truth is the last one.
The truth is the last one, he says.
The truth is the
The
middle
CDL.
one. The truth is the middle
The
one.
windmill.
The truth is the midwill. Because
The windmill.
I'm do you have to have a CDL to drive that bus? That's what I'm trying to think.
Uh-huh.
What bus?
The bus.
The church bus?
Yeah,
Doesn't
you
hold
do have
more
to
than
have CDL.
17 people.
Have you seen me drive it?
Yes.
In
Yes.
the parking lot.
Yes. The first one is lie, the second one is a lie, and the last one is true.
Marissa, what is your guess?
The first one is a lie. Second one is a lie. And the last one is true.
You can't copy me.
She can if she wants.
Okay.
You guys ready? The truth is, I was hit in the face by a windmill. That is the truth. The other two are not true. I got my CDL learner's permit, but I never went all the way to get my full CDL. And I've never gone scuba diving in my life. That actually kind of scares me.
Dude, we should go together.
I would like to.
Scuba diving?
but
I would love to go scuba diving.
I've done like snorkeling, but it's a little frightening. I don't know. Okay, I'll try it.
Is it the fishies?
And the windmill story is a story I'll tell another time. Okay, who wants to go next?
Marissa.
Marissa. Let's go, Marissa.
Okay.
3 facts. 2 are inaccurate. 1 is accurate.
Okay. I got hit by a horse.
What?
Hit or kicked?
Oh.
That's okay. We'll ask questions after she's done. It's a good thing to think about. Yes. The first one is you were hit by a horse.
Okay. I was cut on my leg. You can't see my legs, so don't even look. I was cut on my leg by a cheese can. Like, you know those nacho cheese cans?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know those party size?
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Ethan.
For some reason, that's my favorite kind of nacho cheese.
Yeah,
the
me
cheap
too.
kind. I don't know why. Anyways, continue.
I got bit by a snake.
All right.
So, what's your process on this, Ethan? What are you thinking?
Lie, true, lie.
Why?
Very nice. The nacho cheese can, it closely resembles a relationship to queso. And I'm emotionally attached.
And you know some things about queso.
I know,
you know
quite
some
a
things.
bit.
Okay.
So you said lie. Say it again.
Lie, true, lie.
Okay.
So there's an animal incidents in 2 of them. So the one that's not common is the queso incident. But so the horse one seems like when you say a horse hit you, that sounds like the horse put on boxing gloves and like hit you, which I was with you. Like if she said kicked, I might have believed
those
it.
those commercials?
Dude, no. Kangaroo Jack is the best movie ever made.
Kangaroo Jack. Okay, all right. Controversial opinion there. But the snake bite, that could happen to anyone, right? I'm gonna go with snake bite's the truth. That's my guess. So you're going queso.
Yep,
all right,
queso.
Marissa. Reveal the answer.
Lie, true, lie.
Ah!
I have a
Man,
big scar right here. I don't think you can see it
Let's
from
go.
here. But I have a big scar right here. I had to
So
get
wait,
stitches.
so it was full and it fell off the counter?
This is what happened. Let me tell you the story.
Okay.
This might be a little long.
All right.
No.
We
All
were
right, let's
in
go.
my old house in Mesquite.
Okay.
And there we had just had like a birthday party or something like that. So that's why we had a big thing of queso.
Of course, yeah. I just thought you loved queso. Okay.
Mhm.
Continue.
And I was little. I was, I think, almost like a year old. Maybe
Okay.
I was a little older. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember. I was little. But I was hungry and I wanted my bottle. So it was like a countertop. Like that's probably like the countertop. I'm sorry, I have to be 6 feet away from you, sir. Anyways, yeah. So that's the can.
Yeah.
And let's say the microphone was like my bottle or something. So
Okay.
I reached
So you're
over.
going for it. Yeah. Thank you for reenacting this, Ethan. This is helping.
Oh wait, I think I said this story wrong. Okay, there was a trash bag. That's what it was. There was a trash bag with the can open, and the lid was just kind of open.
So the can was in the trash bag.
Yeah.
Okay. I see
So
that.
when I reached for my bottle,
Yes.
I fell on top of the trash bag, and the thing kind
you
of
don't
just.
have to actually. We're okay. I think we can all imagine. Yep. Okay.
So I fell on top of the trash bag, and I slashed my leg.
Ugh.
And my sister was like, Dad, Marissa's bleeding. And he was like, oh, no, she's fine. And my sister was like, no, she's bleeding. And I was just walking. I guess I didn't feel it, but there was blood everywhere.
Oh, my goodness.
So I had to get stitches.
Stitches in that one. How many? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember.
Okay, all right.
But I had to get a lot. And it's pretty long.
All right. Long cut. Mm-hmm. Ethan, you are
Although
our final
I almost
round.
did get bit by a snake.
That was a good story.
So, I have ridden an elephant.
That's the first
That's the
one.
first one.
Okay. Need some context
Second
there.
one.
Keep going.
All right. Second one. I have a V8 engine. And the third one.
Like internally, you are like...
No, in my 2004 Blue Ford Explorer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And... Oh.
That one has to be a lie. He had to, he was really,
I don't know. This could be him acting.
True.
He's pretending to think of something.
Ethan's pretty good at that. He's adding sound effects.
I was Santa Claus in the 5th grade play.
Okay. So, I'm thinking the 5th grade play actually happened and you were in it, but maybe you weren't Santa Claus. I'm thinking you just tweaked something there. You had to think about it. What do you think, Marissa? Feel free to ask him questions if you want.
I agree with you.
Okay.
I think he switched that up.
Okay.
He might have been a reindeer.
What kind of gas mileage do you get in that Explorer?
Woo, 16.
16.
Combined.
16.
Pretty good for a V8.
Okay, maybe unrealistically good.
Yeah, because it...
What year is it?
2004.
It's kind of older.
Yeah, it might not be a V8. You never know.
Okay.
Not saying it's a
Remind me the first one.
I rode an elephant.
Okay, where did this happen at?
Scarborough Fair.
Okay. Quick answer on that. What do you think? All right. I have a guess.
You go first.
I'll go first? Okay.
Falan.
I'm thinking, thank you. I'm thinking the truth is the V8. I think that's the truth. What do you think, Marissa?
Do you use context clues?
Truth, lie, truth.
Wait. The game is one truth.
That's okay.
Oh, truth? Okay.
I think they're all true. They're all true.
She got me.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Maybe they're all true.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me read.
Okay.
Should I not? Should I just leave it alone?
You do what you want.
I would just leave it?
Yeah, just leave it.
Okay, I'll just leave it.
Okay, true. I rode an elephant in let's see, I think it was 3rd grade
What?
at Scarborough Fair
This actually happened?
on a school field trip.
Wow.
I think it was kindergarten. I have a V6 now. It's a 2004 Ford Explorer. Definitely not a V8.
I don't even know.
I
don't know my cars like that.
Anyway, and I was I had the lead role in the 5th grade musical play as Santa Claus, and my wife, Mrs. Claus, was Addie Short.
Wait. So that was true as well?
Yes.
Wait.
So I was right!
So she got it right! Even though, don't touch each other!
Right.
That is so funny. Wow.
I'm definitely a
Did you
pro
do it
at
on
this
purpose?
game.
Did you mean to do
Nope.
Okay, then.
I think he forgot. Cause I forgot it was one truth and 2 lies.
Well, that was a fun game, and that's a game that you can play at home with the family if you
Definitely.
wish. It's called, 2 Lies and a Truth. Or is it
But
2
it
Truths
can
and a
be
Lie?
easily...
I thought it was 2
formatted.
truths and a lie.
Oh, man, I just played the whole thing wrong. It's 2 Truths and a Lie, isn't it?
Yep.
Shoot. All right, we're starting over. Thank you guys for being my guests. Man, we are praying for you guys in your senior year. I think it's going to be a memorable one, even though it's not going to look like maybe what we expected.
It'll stand out.
I think there's some creativity that's going to come out of all this.
Oh, yeah.
And, you can do the boring, what everyone else does, or have it during a quarantine.
We're going to be unique. Class of 2020
for sure.
is definitely unique, but I think it's
sure.
also very fun. So,
You know what I was thinking about the other day? Shout out to Jack Edwards, D&D fan.
That's my
I was
guy.
thinking, he should get a shirt that says Class of 2020 with 2 20-sided die on it with the 20s. Right? No? Just
I
me
don't
on
play
that one,
D&D.
folks. That's all right.
I don't play D&D, but if I did, Jack's the guy I would play with.
Jack is
he
the
knows what
dungeon
he's
master,
doing.
my friend.
Okay.
He is. Do you want to give any shout outs?
Shout out Jack Edwards, bro. We're going to be roommates at Harding.
The trumpet players.
Yeah.
You guys want to give a shout out to any other youth group students before we sign off?
Shout out Mom, Dad. Shout out Grandma. Shout out Olivia. Shout out my dog.
Olivia!
I thought of Olivia. Your dog?
Yeah.
What's your dog's name?
Zoe.
Good old Zoe. Marissa, any shout outs?
Yeah, to Olivia. But to everybody, I miss all of y'all and I love all of y'all.
Oh,
and
so nice.
FaceTime me. That's always an option.
FaceTime.
Maybe not Ethan. He's kind of lame, to be honest. But it's okay.
All right, shout out. Happy birthday, Daniel Rose. Big man, 17.
Oh, yeah. Yesterday was his
2 days ago.
birthday.
Oh, well, happy
Well,
late
it would've
birthday.
been- Yeah, that's right.
Any other birthdays coming up?
I'm about to send another email with all the May birthdays, so I will let you know.
Happy birthday to y'all, because it's me.
Guys, thanks for joining us for this episode of the ESM Late Night Show. And remember, you may be alone, but we're alone together. Oh! Boom! Well, good morning, guys. Thanks for joining us for another YouTube Sunday lesson. I want to give a special shout out to Ethan and Marissa. Thank you guys for being on the ESM Late Night Show. You guys were fun guests to have. We are going to be talking about the story of Jacob and Esau today. Jason's going to be preaching on this story. And so we're going to find ourselves in Genesis chapter 25 and verses 19 through 34. Let's read that to begin with. This is the account of the family line of Abraham's son Isaac. Abraham became the father of Isaac. And Isaac was 40 years old when he married Rebekah, daughter of Bethuel, the Aramean, from Padan Aram, the sister of Laban, the Aramean. Isaac prayed to the Lord on behalf of his wife because she was childless. The Lord answered his prayer, and his wife Rebekah became pregnant. The babies jostled each other within her, and she said, "Why is this happening to me?" So she went to inquire of the Lord. The Lord said to her, "Two nations are in your womb, and two peoples from within you will be separated. One people will be stronger than the other, and the older will serve the younger." When the time came for her to give birth, there were twin boys in her womb. The first to come out was red, and his whole body was like a hairy garment. So they named him Esau. After this, his brother came out, with his hand grasping Esau's heel. So he was named Jacob. Isaac was 60 years old when Rebekah gave birth to them. The boys grew up, and Esau became a skillful hunter, a man of the open country, while Jacob was content to stay at home among the tents. Isaac, who had a taste for wild game, loved Esau, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Once when Jacob was cooking some stew, Esau came in from the open country famished. He said to Jacob, "Quick, let me have some of that red stew, I'm famished." This is why he was also called Edom. Jacob replied, "First sell me your birthright." "Look, I'm about to die," Esau said. "What good is the birthright to me?" But Jacob said, "Swear to me first." So he swore an oath to him, selling his birthright to Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau some bread and some lentil stew. He ate and drank and then got up and left. So Esau despised his birthright. This was a pretty stupid decision by Esau. Let's just jump right into this. Esau makes a pretty big mistake. He is hungry. He hasn't eaten in a long time, and in a moment of weakness, he decides he's going to trade his birthright and blessing as the firstborn. He's going to trade that to his younger brother, younger by a couple seconds, Jacob. And so he makes a big mistake. And you would think that a mistake this large would mean that his story is done. But his story is not done. In fact, he has a big part to play in the success of Jacob. And Jacob's descendants, of course, go on to become the whole nation of Israel. Now, I like this story because even though Esau makes a dumb mistake, he still has a big part to play in this promise that God has for his people, for the Israelites. I think, like Esau, we are so prone to making mistakes. I mean, we make mistakes all the time. And I'm not even just talking about sin. I'm just talking about we make mistakes without even thinking about it. I can't tell you how many times Jennifer will ask me to do something or ask me to remember something, and I just forget. There will be times when I know I shouldn't speed, but even without looking at my speedometer, I just end up speeding, and I have to slow down. And I've gotten pulled over before just for not paying attention. These are mistakes that are not intentional at all, but they happen. And because they happen, negative consequences can still come from them. And things like that happen to us all the time. Now, there's these kind of mistakes, these unintentional mistakes, but there's also the intentional ones, the ones that are done out of a sinful heart. We could go to Romans 3:23 and know that none of us are free of sin. Romans 3:23 says, for all have fallen short of the glory of God. And that's true of all of us, even me. I know I want to follow God, but there are times when I get inside my own head and convince myself that it'd be okay to get away with one thing. And then I do it, and then I regret it. And I recognize it as a mistake, and then I have to repent of that sin. But despite me being a person who makes mistakes, both intentional and unintentional, God still finds ways to work through me, just like He's still finding ways to work through you. I'm so encouraged by this verse in 2 Corinthians. If you want to turn to 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 9, there's this verse that will just turn you around. If you are in a place where you know you make mistakes and maybe you're even now living out the consequences of those mistakes, this is a verse that will be uplifting to you. 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 9. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. Now, what Paul is writing in this letter to the Corinthians is not that we should go after these mistakes and keep doing them. He's saying that what's been done is done. Celebrate that you are a person who recognizes those mistakes as mistakes and has allowed God to work through those mistakes. I can't tell you how many times that I'll plan a youth event and it doesn't go the way I planned, but somehow, because it didn't go the way I planned, something better was able to come from it. I've told the teens before a story about one of my first mission trips I was going to go on as a summer intern. It was a mission trip to Mexico that got canceled last minute because of Hurricane Dolly. And we were so bummed because there was so much planning that had gone into that trip. We drove back to our church defeated just because that trip was not allowed to happen. But the church that was to host us in Mexico all of a sudden found themselves with a surplus of food that they were able to give to those who had lost their homes in the hurricane because our group had not come. How awesome is it that God got to use that terrible hurricane and got to use our disappointment not being able to go, but He turned that all around and made it a blessing for people who needed food to eat. All the time, God is working through mistakes. He's working through things that seem like tragedies, and He's bringing out good things. Now, I want you guys to take a couple moments and to consider your walk. Consider your life. Consider times where you made a mistake. Now, there are times where we make mistakes and we are bitter about that mistake. We just spend all our time regretting it. And there are mistakes that we've made where we have learned from those mistakes. I don't know how many of you in here have ever touched a hot stove, but that is a mistake that you learn from very quickly. And just like that mistake, we can learn from our sins. We can sin and learn more about ourselves. We can learn more about how to stay away from those sins. We can even learn better how to help others through their sin. These are things that God is doing through us. Guys, I appreciate all that you guys are doing during this quarantine to keep your faith alive, whether it's watching these classes or reading scripture, posting scriptures, just being in prayer, watching worship with your family. But guys, I want you to remember that even though we're not going to be perfect through all this, none of us is going to follow God perfectly. But as we make mistakes, those are opportunities for us to learn, and those will be opportunities for us to be able to bless others. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching this class.